Thank you, Nancy. Webinar.
Just recommend that the committee, in collaboration with Dr. Jones's office, actively explore the value of a webinar meeting the entire committee added during the 2011 year.
So we're just making that recommendation to you, Wanda, I think.
Well, we're asking her, if I understand this right, we're making the recommendation so she can go up the ladder and see if she can get $10,000 to fund it, if we can provide a rational reason to do it.
Well, you know, again, this is committee advising the secretary, so, you know, it's the secretary who could.
Well, yeah,
Not trying to put
whatever the correct way is to say that. I'm trying to be politically correct as well.
Oh, no, I'm not looking at CDC. I'm not looking at NIH. For the record, I'm not looking at either one of you guys.
So like that when they put their hands on their wallets immediately. It would seem a reasonable option to explore anyway, whether it's for a third meeting, to replace a meeting, or replace every meeting we have. So I'm not totally sold on it yet, but I probably am when I get up at 3:30 in the morning to come here.
I'm not sold on it as a replacement, but I'm certainly sold on the concept as an augmentation to conduct
a little more,
to conduct good business in the midst of. There seems to be a consensus. Not a consensus. That's not a fair word. There seems to be a lot of play among the public comments about the need for 4 meetings, and I think the simple financial logistics, not to mention the planning logistics for those of us who would have to come to these meetings, is that that's just not likely to happen next year. But if they're, by adding a third meeting by a webinar, which is going to be much more doable for, I think, all of us, and it has true value based on an agenda, it could be evaluated, yes, this is a way to do this, to add value to the committee's function. I think it's a great thing to do. It addresses the concerns of the public comments within the context of the constraints for financial and time that we all have.
Can I also suggest that maybe we look into some really even low-cost mechanisms? For example, I've got a little kind of web piece on my computer, and I call people from Skype for free all around the world. And I sometimes bring several people in. So we can have multiple conversations with people, and it doesn't cost anything. So that's you know, for folks who are into Skype.
Using federal people, and not all of us are able to get.
That's right. Some of you.
But for this
don't do
committee,
Skype.
I mean, we've got to adhere to federal data system security and public access, and you know, all of those things. So yeah.
So they're allowed to meet by
Sure,
you work for subcommittees, yeah.
can do what you want, sure, except travel.
You haven't found voodoo yet.
Twice didn't work.
Right.
So much for your high technology.
Some people.
That's because Skype rejected your picture, Ron? Is that the deal?
So just let me get this clear. Is this a recommendation to the secretary, or are we tasking Wanda to do this?
My understanding is that tasking one is probably not going to help. If we make the recommendation to the secretary, he may then, or she may, it won't go up to she, so he may, then Dr. Coe may decide that, okay, Wanda, this is a good idea, what can you do? I'm assuming that's the right way to do that. Very good.
So if you just would like to restate the motion, we'll...
Yes, that the recommendation of the secretary is that he ask Wanda's office to actively explore the feasibility of a webinar-based third meeting for us in 2011 based upon the value of carrying on a meeting in that format, meeting of the committee in that format.
Very good.
I think the agenda could easily be filled. That wouldn't be the problem.
Waited for a second.
Seconded.
Michael, we'll let you off the hook, yes. Any further discussion? All those in favour? So moved.